This is Brian from logicprohacks.com. Well, today I'm going to teach you how to pump it. That's right. Sidechaining, ducking. You got it. So, here we go. Step one. We got to get something to pump with, you know. We need either some pads, some good solid bass line. There's 3 different ways to do this. First one I'm going to show you is a real easy way, using the compressor. So let's go ahead and let's create some pads first. Something we need some media to duck with. All right. So I got the track here, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some nice strings going. So we'll just go ahead and go up here, just go down and find synthesizer and synth strings. We'll get something, you know, Dark Cosmos. We'll see what that sounds like. That definitely sounds dark there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll record something in. So we'll go ahead and fix these guys here. So that's good. See what that sounds like. I think we'll bring that guy up, move him over, and then put it up on the grid. So let's go ahead and put a loop on this. So now what we want to do is add a kick drum. So let's create a new channel, software instrument, and we'll put an Ultrabeat on here. Go down here, Ultrabeat, stereo. And then what we got here for kick? Boom, boom. That sounds like a nice 808. We can use the 808. Yeah, we could use the default one, but I'm thinking I want to do like a deep house kick. See what that guy sounds like. Oh yeah, much better, much better. Like that kick. That sounds good. Alright, so let's go ahead and just right click on here, create empty MIDI region, and let's drag it out a little bit. No, we don't have to drag it out. I'm thinking there. And then make sure that your little pencil's on the second one. Hit Command. Go down to C1. Oops. It's because I was... Let's change this guy a little bit. Put it on the 8s for right now. There we go. See what that sounds like. Solo that. Yeah, 4 on the floor is what we're looking. That's with the velocity a little bit. because I don't want it all the same. I know what I'll do. Put this one up a little bit higher at low, and this one high. So we got a low, high, low, high. Yeah, kind of alternates a little bit. Just a little variation there. Okay, details. Devil's in the details. So let's go ahead and loop this guy, bring it all the way out. So we'll see what it sounds like now with the strings. It's probably going to sound all muddy, but we'll go ahead and see what it sounds like. Alright, so you can hear that it's clashing a little bit. So what we want to do is now we'll go to our mixer, and then we want to send this guy out to a bus, and we'll just pick a bus. Any bus will do. So we'll do 7, okay? It's my lucky number. So you saw, as soon as I picked 7, it creates an auxiliary channel. It creates the first available auxiliary channel, which is 1 because we haven't used any yet, and it names it bus 7. So we'll go ahead and name this guy here. We'll call it Sidechain, if I could spell it right. Cool. So got Sidechain, and then make sure that this is set to 0, and then on your sidechain you want to make sure that this has no output. Trust me, if you have output on there, it's going to sound like crap. So we got that going, and then let's go ahead, and then we need something to compress the strings with. So you can see when I picked this Dark Cosmos, it came with a compressor already on the channel, and the compressor is pad compression, is some setting in there. So we can play with this guy, or we can make our own compressor. So for simplicity here, we'll just play with this guy, and so we can turn down the gain a little bit, and then so basically what we want to do is we just want to, where do we say, bus 7? Just pick bus 7 up there in the sidechain. That's all we do. And then we can play with everything else here in a second. So let's see what this sounds like. Let's just solo this and solo that. Oh yeah, that is so easy. See how easy that was? It's just a matter of just routing things around. That sounds nice. Listen to that. Oh yeah. That's nice. Alright. So that is the first easy way to do sidechain compression. Alright. Let's do a different way here now. What if we have a bunch of strings, and instead of putting a compressor on each channel, what if we decided to bus the whole compression? So what we do is we take this guy where it says stereo out, and we change the output to bus, and we give it a new bus channel. We'll say bus 8. And then what we want to do is make sure we name it so we don't forget what's going on, and we'll name it to, I don't know, side input. You know, something simple, but something you know. And then, you know, might as well just give it some colors. Go down here to colors, comes up colors, and we'll give side input, you know, a nice green color, and then we'll go ahead and give sidechain a red color. So, there we go. So that way we can see it offhand. And might as well, we're at it, I like to give my output and master the color black, just because I like to have them separate, because I don't usually mess with them that much. And then we'll go ahead, and then that compressor that we had on here, we can actually move him over, because I don't feel like I'm going to need him on the strings channel anyways, because it's already way too loud. We'll move him over to the side input that I just created. So you see what's going on here. So we got the kick is sending the signal to over bus 7. Alright, well, nothing's going anywhere except for signal. It's kind of like a middle ground, a purgatory, is, if you want to call it that. And then it gets routed to the compressor, because the compressor is looking for signal from bus 7. So we open up that compressor, see it here, bus 7. So that signal is sent from the Ultrabeat to here, and then compressor picks it up from here. It's just kind of easy way of doing sidechain. So what I've done now is we've taken that compressor that was on this channel and we moved it over to bus 8, and we assigned this channel to bus 8. So we'll watch this. So we'll go ahead and see if that is working. See, it's still working. So we got that. So what's cool about this is we can take another strings. Alright, let's create another track. Software instrument track. And then we'll call this one strings 2. And what should we pick here? We could pick an EXS24 sampler. And we can go ahead and pick something in here, orchestral, that'll work. And choir, we'll put some choir in there. Female ensemble, that sounds kind of neat. Let's load that up and see if that sounds kind of cool. Well, it's thinking. Let's go. Oh, it just takes a while to load it up. It's loading all those samples. Alright, so we got that going. Let's see what it sounds like. Just enabled it. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Good enough. So then what we do is go ahead and copy this guy, hit Alt and just drag it down. And then we can just rename it. And then turn the volume down for this guy and see what we got. Oh, before we do anything, we're going to assign him a bus. Bus 8 for side input. So here we go. So we got that going. Now let's bring in the kick and let's EQ it a little bit. Unmute them all, and we'll go ahead and mix it down a little bit. So now we can start bringing in other things and start building on this. Now let's go ahead and let's show you another way to do a sidechain. This is probably one of my favorite ways to do it because I feel like I can have more control this way when I want to implement the sidechain and not have a kick going on. So like, for example, you still want to hear that whoom, 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 but you don't want the kick to be introduced yet. And especially when you're in a trance break and you just want to have the strings go off for like 16 bars or something, but you don't want to introduce the kick yet. So this is what I do. All right, so what you want to do is, and this is where what they call kind of like ghost tracks, or kind of like ghost kicks. So you could create a ghost kick with two things. Either here, we'll go ahead and I'll just show you. We'll just do new, another software instrument, and this one you could create it with the if I could say it right, Klopfgeist. It's German, so I don't speak German. So Klopfgeist. So you get it. So you add this guy to your channel, and see what this guy sounds like. Let's go ahead and just isolate him, and we're gonna need a something to trigger him. So we'll just go ahead and copy the deep house trigger, and it's set on C1 already, so that's good. And we'll just name that Klopfgeist. Sounds like Cyclopgeist. Fgeist. There we go. And then name regions by track. So then let's go ahead and solo it, see what it sounds like. We're going to turn the volume down. Alright, so you get something going on there. Alright. Do we have any? Yeah, look at that. I already got some settings in here that I've already played with. Yeah. It's a kick drum. And so we're going to play with it. There we go. Tonality. Raise that up a little bit. That doesn't really do anything. And the level. Velocity. Alright, so got a good velocity, good tonality. So you could actually use this guy as a sub kick. I've seen people use these. But oh, that's nice. Nice and deep right there. Oh, that's nice. Alright, so we just need something just to trigger. That's all we're looking for. I just play with this too much. Okay, so remember what we said about we don't want signal going out? We just want to use it as a ghost track. So we go here and we set no output. And then we set this guy as, we could set him as bus 7 to sidechain. 0. And then what that does is that ends up sending the signal over here. And then we can actually take this guy out. Say no send. So then our kick is being controlled by this guy and not by the deep house kick. So what's cool about this is we could do a nice little here, I'll show you. And we'll just do 4 bars here. Nice little break. And not introduce the kick. So you'll see. Watch this. Go ahead and unmute him. Make sure the volume is up a little bit. See? Still pumping. Alright, so that's your ghost kick. Now, you can also use the Ultrabeat. You don't have to use the Klopfgeist. Klopfgeist. I can't get it. Alright. If someone out there speaks German and they want to educate me on the proper way to say this, I will receive all your correction. Trust me, I'm not trying to murder the proper way to pronounce this. I'm just trying to teach some cool tricks here about how to compress and duck. Klopfgeist. Cyclopgeist. Sounds a sci-fi movie. Alright, so got that going. So let's go ahead and we can change this guy to what do we say, another Ultrabeat? You can use an Ultrabeat. Bring that over here. Let's see. And you can still use it the same, and just got signal. And so what happens when we use him? The other cool thing about doing it this way with the ghost track is because you don't have to you can have more pump into your ducking and control that without losing your kick. Or you can say, like, if you want to have less kick, you can actually take this down here and then have more of your pump, you know. So like we'll do this and then just kind of ride it a little bit. See what happens here. So what I'm doing now is I'm playing with the compressor because it's not really compressing that much. So go ahead and put the threshold down here. Put this to 441. There we go. Alright, let me tell you something about the compressor here. The thing that really controls it is the amount of attack and the amount of the release and the compression threshold. So when you have all these three and the ratio, so there's a lot of things going on, but it's not really that hard. I am not an expert on compressors. I just know that there's certain settings you have to have in order to get a good ducking sound, and I know that a 4/4 setting is a really nice setting for a good trance, a good EDM sound. You also want this set on peak, so that, and then you may want to lift your gain up a little bit. It depends on what's going on. Since I got two strings in here, I'm kind of keeping my gain down because it also amplifies your strings. And then let's go ahead and just kind of play with this a little bit and see what we got going on here. See if I could just tone it in a little bit more. You see with more release, it doesn't duck as much. So got a nice good kick. Alright, let's see what happens. I don't really like to mess with the output. start over all the time. Alright, here we go. So, that is how to sidechain with ghost tracks, sub-bus routing is what I'm saying. And so I showed you 3 different ways here. If you have any questions, just hit me up, send me an email. I'm always doing stuff, doing different things, and hopefully you guys will like this. And let me know what's going on. I go by the stage name Faded Shadows. Do a lot of DJ work and mixing. So look me up. Thanks again. Bye.